Now we are in Eslit bookstore. They sell so many stuffs like makeup stuff, book, and some dress accessory here.
That's very cute. I really love these bookstores, like the multi-level, like really big bookstores. What books do I like to read? I really enjoy reading poetry collections.
Poetry collection.
Yeah.
Wow.
I also enjoy reading short stories.
Oh.
Like short stories, like
Novel.
novels. I guess like some novels maybe. When I was younger, I really enjoyed reading the Harry Potter and also Percy Jackson. Yeah. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I bought this book for my little brother for his birthday.
Wow.
Because I thought that he would need it. He would need it.
But you read it, right?
No, I bought it for him to read.
Okay. It's a very famous books.
Yeah, I really like books like these, like about like self-improvement or like personal philosophy maybe.
Yes.
Do you read any English books?
But I haven't. But I think it's a very good way to learn English.
So why haven't you been reading books in English?
Because I prefer maybe listening or watch films.
Me too.
Do you like stationery?
I love stationery. I really love cute stationery.
Oh, that's great. It's the right place.
Oh, wow. My friend, she's like an artist, and then she would love shops like these. I think she works at one that's kind of similar to here, like a part-time job. I think it's so cute.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's very cute. Oh, that's very like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, one of my dreams, I kind of like envision what it would be like if I grew up in mainland China, but attended one of those like international schools, you know, because so many of my friends are like 留学生, like they're from like mainland China, but they attended international schools. Their English is very good. Their Chinese is also very good. It's like better than me. They can like read and write.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's so multicultural.
So did you find maybe in personality-wise, do you find a lot of difference between you and people who grow up in mainland?
I guess it depends on what type of people grew up in mainland, because there are even differences between people who grew up in mainland. For instance, if you attended a local school, your personality is very different compared to someone who's attended an international school in mainland. So I feel like local students, it's like 100% Chinese culture, right? They're normally a bit more introverted compared to America. America's very outgoing. It's no energy, you know? And it's socialization is different, and the way they dress is also different, not very Western.
Yes.
But the people who attended international schools are very, very Westernized.
Definitely.
So what that means is they actually can talk, they can communicate with Americans with the same energy very well. They dress very Western, so it's almost the same. But I feel like there are still differences, you know? It's even if they can be very American, at their core they're not.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, for instance, one of my very good friends, one of my very good friends attended an international school.
Yes.
But then when he interacts with Americans, it's very hey, what's up? You know, it's very American. But then afterwards, he told me and his other friends, he told us it's kind of tiring for him to keep up that energy. You can do it, but it's not. It's
not
kind
nature.
of. It's kind of a front that you can put up. You know, you know how to interact doesn't mean you are. You know.
Yes. Because I feel people who took maybe Westerner education systems, they are more talkative, more creative. Did you find the similarity?
100%. They're very much Westernized. They can interact with Western culture very well. But at the end of the day, I still feel there are some differences, because they still grew up in China, you know. I feel like the value system might be a bit different, right? Or I feel being very Western, talking very energetic. It's like they can do it, but it's not as natural. It's not like they were born and then they could just like do all of these things. It's like you learn how to adapt to it.
Wow. So if in the future you have children, do you want them to study in mainland first, or you want
Study in mainland first? Like I wouldn't, because I feel like it's like so like simple. I feel like it's very
more
hard.
pressure in
Like,
academy.
I think like there's a lot of pressure for kids. After
After
like
school,
bushiban?
yes.
I mean, like definitely not as many as like maybe I'll take like an occasional math class. Like a lot of because like there's so many like Chinese people like in the West, right? Like I feel like there's like there's part of our culture they brought it there, so there are like bushiban, like extracurricular, co-curricular classes, and maybe like sometimes I would take like some, but it's definitely not as intense as here, right?
Yes, in Asia it's very different.
Yeah, I feel like everyone needs to take it, like everyone, right?
Yeah, most of people.
Like most people, yeah.
To become more competitive.
Yeah.
So how did you, like manage your time in high school? Because you get into like Yale, you must spend a lot of time in studying, right?
That's a very good question. Actually, I spend, of course, like everyone spends time studying, but I spend a lot of time on extracurriculars as well, because like it's kind of different. Like if you want to get into like a school, like in the US, like they look at not just your studying, but they look at like your extracurriculars. They look at your personality, like the things that you've done.
What kind of extra curriculum you done?
So I did debate in high school. Like I went to debate or public speaking competitions. I also like did like, as you know, creative writing. Like sometimes I would like send it into like a magazine or like whatever. I also did a lot of like biology competitions. Biology, yeah, like competitions, and also like environmental activism. So to like protect the environment, for instance, like pollinator activism, like a lot of like projects surrounding protecting the environment.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I think like Asian students, they maybe might not have this mindset, like vision to do the stuff you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very interesting because it's definitely not as like, it's definitely a lot rarer in Asian students. Especially because the expectation for them is they really need to study. It's like a lot of pressure on them. I really wish that, you know, the education system allowed for people to like spend time developing their hobbies or doing other things. I think that's very important for growth.
I think, I can agree you more.